So I've been hearing this argument from the right, and basically on the immigration issue. And basically the way it goes is Trump has only deported 800,000 people while, President Obama deported 3 million people. And that the left are hypocrites. Why weren't they protesting or marching or calling outrage when Obama was doing this? I've heard this from multiple sources. I even seen it here on TikTok from a few channels. So let me address this. What's different is the optics, is the approach. Yes, President Obama between 2009 and 2017 deported 3 million people, but most of these people that he deported was upon entry. So these people who weren't even here a couple of days. Number one. Another point is that Obama practiced duality. So he was a big proponent, of DACA, which gave young immigrants temporary protection and the ability to stay, the ability to work or to get political asylum, right? So there was a much more humanitarian approach to Obama, even though he did use ICE heavily. But again, he was also targeting a lot of criminals or a lot of people that were here upon entry, as opposed to Trump, where he used the optics to create a sense of instability, fear, and insecurity. And he criminalized all immigrants who've been here, again, for a couple of years, number of years, working these sorts of jobs in farms and, factories and construction and things of this sort. These are the people who keep the economy going, right? Even though he ran on a platform of deporting, quote unquote, just the criminals, but he criminalized everyone. In other words, the difference is that President Trump, he grabbed a group of people, which are the most in need and usually the most marginalized and stigmatized people in society, because this is what authoritarians and dictators do. He weaponized the optics, he campaigned on it, and he created an internal enemy. And in doing so, he demonized these people, marginalized, stigmatized again, and is doing Gestapo-style raids where there is no rule of law or due process or things of this sort, which Obama had a much more bureaucratic approach towards this, even though, yes, he deported a lot more people, but he was also president for 8 years. So those are the key differences. It's one is creating a state of terror. The other one was creating a state of duality as well, right? That was Trump's main campaign platform, which was like deporting the criminals, the murderers, and the rapists, or spouting crazy shit saying that now the murderers are going to take the jobs from the hardworking people we deployed, because that's what criminals and gangsters and murderers do, so they go get work. So yeah, I hear this argument from the right, but again, the right doesn't account for nuances. They're utterly fucking delusional, and I don't even want to call it the right, because there's a lot of smart conservatives out there. I can respect that. I think it's just a cult. I think it's just deity worship in disguise as a political figure, basically. So there's massive differences between President Barack Obama and President Trump. One was that he was an actual, constitutional lawyer and professor and understood, again, the rule of law, regulations, policy, DACA, et cetera, and the other one was a game show host. That's why. So that's the key difference between the deportations of President Obama and President Trump.